and praise. Some of you know that reference is from Catholic Mass. We used to say it about God, but I would always pretend it was about me. In 2010, they changed it to "It is right and just," and I always thought they should have changed it to that Kim Kardashian gif where she says it's what she deserves. I was raised Catholic, which I love that phrase, by the way. What a clever use of passive voice. I was raised Catholic. Oh, by whom? No one. It just happened. Very, very Catholic that no one has to take responsibility. Yeah, my name is Jared Lyons Wolf. Okay. My name is Jared Lyons Wolf. My pronouns are you, yours, because anything you have to say about me, you can say in my face. No, I didn't see it. No, he, him, and behind my back. I do not take feedback well. So, if you're going to talk about me at all, I shouldn't be there. What else do you know about me? Oh, once when I was younger, my mom told me I should be ashamed of myself, and I've been mostly doing that ever since. Now, I don't want to be unfair to my mom. She's a lovely woman. She's been trying her best my whole life. Just when your best doesn't always. But I'm gonna. She's not here to defend herself, so I'm gonna read some of her words to you. This is a birthday card I received a couple years ago in this film, and I think it will really indicate how tight we are. Jared, your presents are coming via Amazon. I think they should be there by Thursday. 2 packages. Hope you like them. They are returnable if you don't. I sent gift receipts to your email. Have the coolest day. That's really special. I just started a new job recently. And, guys, I lied so much in this interview. Not about like my qualifications or skills, those were all real. I lied about my personality and what it's like to work with me. I was like, oh, I love collaborating. I will not stand for gossip. I would never build an email bot to cyberbully my coworkers and friends. I don't even know how you would do something so underhanded and creative. It's a cool question, though. Thank you for asking that. Yeah, I have been having to adjust to getting up earlier for work, and I tell you, I gotta be honest, I feel like absolute ass, which is my favorite vodka flavor. The absolute ass. You know what? I didn't think I was gonna have to chuck the Post-it. Oh no! Yeah, God, I just have so much self-inflicted brain damage. Right, so I try not to be judgmental, but sometimes I cannot help myself. I had this coworker who told me that he loves to do crossword puzzles. And in my mind, I was like, I know who needs word searches. And that might sound mean as shit, but I was right, it turns out. Sometimes you can just tell, you know, a household that turned off the TV after Wheel of Fortune and didn't stick around for Jeopardy, you know what I mean? You pick it up and put it down. Yeah, but I have thoughts all the time that I wish I didn't have. I was holding my best friend's baby, and I thought, every time you hold a baby, you decide if it lives or dies. And for the record, I have always chosen live. I don't really like having that kind of power. I also just like say shit sometimes. I was at a Broadway show back when I lived in New York, the world capital of 9/11s, of course. That is a statistical fact, okay? Check the spreadsheet. More 9/11s have happened there than anywhere else in the world. Anyways, at a Broadway show, and there was this lovely tourist, group of tourists in front of me, perfectly nice people, minding their own business. I wasn't. And one of them says, I would really love to see Beauty and the Beast on Broadway someday. And I leaned forward and I said, Beauty and the Beast closed in 2007. And then I leaned back into my seat and I looked over to my husband, thinking he'd be like impressed that I had that information really available. He was like, why the fuck would you say that? Which is fair. Just because you know something doesn't mean you have to say it. I've been learning that my whole life. Another time, unrelated, well, related. Who cares? stars, guys. Brought to you by Absolute Ass. There was, I was at Kristen Chenoweth's one-woman show on Broadway, and there was these two women behind me, and 15 minutes into the show, one woman says to her friend, "She played Belinda in Wicked." Word searches, people. Oh god, I have to do it again on this tiny little post-it. I wasn't gonna make it a big deal, but
we love you anyways.
What I'm wishing for it, you'll know. I suffered from pretty bad depression for a long time, and when she's not here tonight, cheer for her. But when I would say that to people, sometimes people would go, "Oh, you really should say, it's better to say that you live with depression." Like, I'm suffering, let me have this. Another thing people love to say to people with depression is, you feel a lot better if you got outside and got some fresh air. Which, that used to piss me off so much. Like, fuck off with your simplistic advice, how dare you. But here's the thing, I tried it once. You will feel a lot better if you go outside and get some fresh air. Okay? You truly will. A lot of people think that just because I'm not suicidal anymore means I love life, though. No, I would say that I am at best mildly life intolerant. Like I'm into it every now and then, but it gives me horrible diarrhea. And I think about sometimes what would have happened if I hadn't gotten through it and I died. I'm just gonna leave that in the air for some reason. And it would have been sad. I think people would have been sad, but would it have been a tragedy truly? Like, what are you gonna say? Like, look, he died doing what he loved, trying to kill himself. We all have hobbies. I will leave you with this. Dippin' Dots say that they are the future of ice cream. I guess we'll see.